Good stuff. Okay, tier list. Best, worst controllers. I think this is going to be very hotly debated, no matter what. I know that everyone's clamoring for my opinion, seeing as how I am D-pad gamer. Oh, haha, what was your... Is your enemy analog stick gamer? Yes. I mean, no. I like the analog stick, actually. I really dislike 2D games. So let's go through here. I think bottom of the barrel, Xbox original, holy crap. It is so bad. Like, it was way too bulky, and like I can't really zoom in on the pictures, but like the D-pad on that one was the worst. And I could make a joke and like, oh, I'm gonna review D-pads, but not every one of these have a D-pad anyways. But it's not good. I will say the slim version is slightly better, because it has the same issue with the D-pad, but it's a better form factor, so it feels a little better. Also, I do believe, yeah, they moved the black and white buttons, which is weird that they even had those, because like it felt like such an underused thing, but it's slightly better. I think going back also, I think the original PlayStation 1 controller is like pretty meh, because no analog stick, pretty lame. But you know, that's how it was when they first released, because they didn't need an analog stick. It is good D-pad though, and otherwise it feels pretty good. But I mean, just inherently, the DualShock version that came out after is like, ooh, it's pretty nice. And you're right, actually, PS1 controller is like Super Nintendo with legs. That is very accurate, actually. Favorite Danganronpa game and character? I don't know, and I don't know. I've only played like 2 of them. Hot take. N64 controller, pretty garbo. Analog stick absolutely sucks. The D-pad is okay. The form factor is confusing and uncomfortable. I think, if anything, the D-pad on this is like the worst out of all of them. The C buttons are good. The A, B, and start pretty good, but like otherwise it's just sort of bland. I don't like it. Or not bland. It's just sort of unfulfilling. So we have I can't really tell what this one is, but I know this is Sega Saturn, so this must be the Genesis. Oh yeah, yes. Okay, so of these also, I'm gonna put this one pretty good. I wouldn't pick it, but you know, it sets out it sets out to like give you 4 buttons, a D-pad, and then start select, and it works. It was good. It's good. There's much more I would pick out of all of these, but it's not awful. I'm actually, this is maybe a hot take, I actually think the Wiimote is like an A. Not because it's inherently amazing, but because it sets out to do some stuff and actually does it really well, and is actually like good beyond its original purpose. Like, for example, I actually used the Wii Nunchuck in my electronics and robotics classes in community college, because it's like the perfect thing. You basically just have a little adapter. I remember, I think I had to solder it onto a little board, and oh, thanks, Emily. I will try my best. And you can actually use it. So I used it for my little remote control robot, and it was really cool. But like the Wiimote motion was pretty good. It's all the buttons feel good. I think especially when it has the yeah, it has like attachments. It was very versatile. The motion isn't the best. Like, they've done better with the Switch, but it's pretty good up there. I also think, you know, this is probably, I know this is definitely better than the other 2 of these. I don't like the NES controller that much. If I remember right, like the way the buttons feel, like they're concave, just doesn't really feel good, and actually sort of, I don't know, wears on your finger. Other buttons are all convex, as in like they extend out. So you have a soft surface to press instead of like an indented one. So I think it's good. The D-pad is obviously like pretty OG on there. But I think that's where I'm gonna put that. These 2, I'm not a huge fan. I think this is probably better than this one. There you go. You know, I think that's good for the Sega Saturn and Genesis ones, because it's not an awful shape, but I remember them feeling a bit lackluster in terms of build quality. And favorite game, Banjo-Kazooie. Also like the Dark Souls games. Yeah. But the build quality I remember being a little flimsy, not super solid. It is shaped like a croissant, which means there's no real grip support. So, not great. But it's definitely not D tier. Speaking of D tier, we have the Switch. No. I do think this ranks pretty good. The PS2 controller, the DualShock. I see you also have this one. I don't know the difference between... Oh, this one has the rumble feature, so that's just better inherently. I like the PS2 controllers. You know, they did their job. They felt pretty good. I do think the controllers that came after are even better. It's not on here. The PS5 controller isn't on here, but it'd be way high. But I think the I forget the name of this one, but the PS4 controller is really good. The touchpad actually works very well. It feels good. I think the PS5 controller is even better somehow, but you know, the analog sticks feel good. The D-pad is a good design because it's not connected. When it's connected, unfortunately, it almost always suffers in terms of its actual usage. But yeah. Also, hey Huntress, how's it going? Also in here, this is gonna be a D. It's better than Xbox, but like the is this the Dreamcast? Yeah. Yeah, Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast. Yeah, the Dreamcast one, they were trying something. The cable came out of the bottom, not comfortable. But I see your PS4 controllers to me were the best. Little baby hands couldn't touch the analog sticks. Just like the joysticks in the pre-PS4 controllers, they're uncomfortable. Yeah, you could see like vaguely they were very convex to the point of being like almost half spheres, which was not super comfortable, which is why they scaled it a little bit back with the PS4. The difference between the PS4 and the NES, for example, is that this is like a softer plastic and this is hard plastic. And with a softer, grippy plastic, or rubber, I guess, you get a nice like grip in there. What else would it be? Oh, hey Kenjo, how's it going? Would they say like Ice Ager or something? Or I don't know. What did I actually say? And then what's the wrong one? I already forgot. In here, Switch controller. I think it's pretty good. I don't like the fact that it's a Smash Switch controller because it's irrelevant. But the Smash, whatever. The Switch controller is really good. It feels good. It's weighty. It has a nice grip to it. It is a connected D-pad, but like, it feels good. Like I'm touching my controller right here. Oh yeah. But yeah, the Switch controller, I oftentimes would use it. I use it over the Joy-Cons often. By the way, which Joy-Cons? I think I'm gonna put them in A. Their motion is really good. These sticks feel good. The buttons are nice and clicky. Like they feel good to grip. But the issue is, the analog sticks wear out. They're not good quality in that regard, and it's just sort of lackluster to play on their own, especially when they're hooked into the Switch. There's no grabbing. There's nothing to grab onto, which is why I actually still use my... No, stop it. My cat's trying to like mess with stuff. I still use the Satisfy grip for my Switch when handheld. Not sponsored. I was sponsored. Now I'm not. I don't think they'll sponsor me again because I made like no money for them. Or in terms of like the push through sales or whatever. But it's good. I like it a lot. The grip is good. Yeah, the Pro-Con drift is just unfortunate. Obviously the motion is better than the Wiimote, but because of its other issues and the lack of like a good feel in the hand when used as intended, like on the Switch, it ranks lower than the other two. I think the GameCube controller is also really good because, you know, much like the Switch controller, obviously came before, but it's a very good shape. The analog stick was amazing, and the fact that it had notches are really good. Being able to actually like have some specific areas where you're like, oh yes, this is good. Like obviously for melee players, it's really cool, but in general, just having the notches I think are important. I like that the X, A, and B buttons are all different shapes and sizes, so it's very distinct, and you can play it blind. Like you don't even need to look when you play it. While like if you're swapping between the Switch Pro controller and the PS4 and the Xbox, you're like, which button is A? Oh god, I'm so confused. So it's a little I'm gonna put the 360 controller up here as well. I think I would. No. Yep, there we go. The 360 controller is really good. Its D-pad was actually pretty good. The buttons felt good. But I do still think the PS4 one's better. I haven't gone back to it in a while. I still have... No, I used to have one, but it broke. Hey, Dabalicious Gaming. Welcome. So we're there with that. I've been holding off on these two for different reasons. I think the Xbox One controller is top tier. Yeah, actually. I have a controller. My mom got it for me for my birthday a while back. After I requested specifically this color. It's like the dark, or it's like the light gray with the sort of turquoise blue, or like baby blue under bottom. Like I don't know what I'm saying. It feels good. Like it's like the buttons, like all the buttons feel good. The controller, like the sticks, it's just so nice, and it's so versatile because like it works with almost anything. And honestly, like I would use it over, like I would use it over almost anything, except maybe like a TV remote because it doesn't have that functionality. But honestly, really good. I really like it. It's so good, and it's not too bad sounding. Like I've used this for hours and hours. It's very enjoyable. Obviously, like I said before, the PS5 controller isn't in there, but if it was, it would probably be even higher than anything else because the way it feels is just so nice. But the problem is that PS4, PS5 controllers and all that, the gamepad as a controller? I don't know what you mean. Gamepad as a controller. Oh, you mean this one, right? We'll get to that in a second. But the PS5, its only issue is that the PlayStation controllers are almost always less compatible with the PC and connecting in there, which is unfortunate because it's like they're really good, but it's so much easier to hook in a 360 or Xbox One controller, which is unfortunate. Gamepad, yeah, it's a little weird in terms of controller. I have mine right here. You know, weightiness feels good. These sticks are pretty good. The D-pad is not bad. The ZL and ZR are like, I don't like how lax they are. It's like you don't get a good grip on them. The Xbox One there are RT and LT, the triggers, but the triggers are like more swooped up, so you have a good grip on them, so you feel like you're really like in there. But yeah, I think the gamepad, it doesn't quite do it for me because like you get a nice sort of grip in there because you could put like your middle finger underneath the ridge in the back, your pointer finger is on top of the ZL and ZR, and you have a decent grip in there. But like it doesn't feel that good to use the analog sticks, and it is pretty awkward. It's bigger. It's a little. Is it heavier? It's about the same weight, but it's a little less comfortable in general to use. So of these, I think I would probably put it right at the very top of B tier. It's good. It's not bad. Actually, maybe I'm gonna do it like that. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it's gamepad completely flat. No, like I have it in the back. It's not completely flat, but it has like bumps for the hand grips, which don't entirely do the job, but yeah, I think that's what we're at with the tier list. I'm looking over again. So we have Xbox One, Switch, GameCube, and S, Wiimotes, PS4, 360, and Switch, and A, PS2, Gamepad, PS2 again, NES, PS1, and Super Nintendo, and B. I think it's pretty accurate. I do think, I honestly dislike not having analog stick on this. Also, I'm gonna move this down for sure. I don't like the, and also, I'd probably still pick this one over. Yeah. The Xbox One controller, the slim version, it's almost B, but it's just not quite there because I think they didn't quite hit their stride yet. In terms of the controllers, yeah, half of these they're sort of weird. But in C tier we got the Xbox One controller. We have the Xbox original, because technically Xbox One is Xbox 4. The PS1 without the dual axis or whatever. N64, Saturn, Genesis. I still don't know which of these I want to pick, but they're both pretty bad. And obviously down here, Saturn, Xbox. Probably like that. I don't think the cord on the bottom is the way to go. Look at all of these. It's the only one out there with a cord on the bottom. The only difference is nunchuck, but the difference with nunchuck is that you're meant to be sort of either standing or sitting in a position where you can like move your hands around. So you're never just like resting it against your stomach or your lap or anything like that. So yeah. The SNES and NES being rated so highly? How do you mean? I didn't rate them very high. They're like very middle of the pack. I think they're good. Actually, also, I'm going to move that. Pretty OG D-pads. Like, obviously, Nintendo created the D-pad with their Game & Watch. But their buttons felt good, and they're not bad to hold in the hand. I think the curved design is better, which is why early on designs, you could see, like, this one... Okay, really just this one. Very blocky, and everything else started using curves. Some went to croissant curve with it. But like this, the ones that are good are like have a nice amount of curve, like a good weight to them, pretty good looks. And you can start to see like, I think they really hit a ideal design of like having the offset analog sticks. The buttons are all on the right. Like they're just like sort of an ideal design. I feel like that works pretty well. VR controllers, I haven't really done VR, so I can't really speak to that too much. But I think that's where we're at with the controllers. What do you guys think? Anything you really want to talk out against? Yeah, I played with the Vive controllers, I think, like once. Maybe the Oculus controllers once, but yeah, I have very little experience with VR controllers. I think it's in there. Like, I don't know if there's anything else I would really change about this list. True, they're not ergonomic. That's a good point. Ergonomics is something I sort of teased at during this. But ergonomics is important. But I don't think it's everything. I mean, they have worse ergonomics than the N64, but the problem is that the N64 and this one have Switch Pokeball controller. Yeah, that's probably gonna be like a low B tier. Like it works, but it's just weird. Atari controller. You don't mean the single joystick, right? Topacy NES, Topacy. You know what? I can see that. You know, I think actually I'm gonna do what you say, but a little separate. I'm gonna swap these. I think that's a little better, because the NES controller, it is like OG, but they've come so far from there. I just remember it being not comfortable to play. Oh, you single joystick? Yeah. They were definitely trying something. It's not bad. Having a having an actual like joystick, like a flight stick sort of joystick, is pretty cool. Helpful for some games, but we sort of moved past it as a gaming sort of not generation, but like community, industry. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. Wii Wheel. It's an adapter for the Wiimote, so it's not like being on here, but the Wii Wheel is not bad. Like it works. I used it for. It was the emulator arcade cabinet. Yes, that's true. But that sort of thing ended up being good for like flight sims and stuff. But yeah, the Wii Wheel as an adapter is not bad. I used it for Mario Kart Wii. Wii Nunchuck on its own, still A. Like I mentioned before, I used it in my electronics classes in community college because it just works really well. It's surprisingly handy. But yeah, we're gonna end the video. We're gonna end the stream video there. Thanks for tuning in for this short little thing. I just want to do something to feel like I'm trying to be, like I'm trying to be actually productive. Don't know how well I'm doing with that, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I'll probably do more streams to give myself an excuse to keep procrastinating. But yeah. All right. Bye-bye.